News, it's all true, tomorrow at 11.
Open hearts, open minds, fair-minded words.
Tonight, President Obama seeks common ground on abortion in a controversial commencement address at Notre Dame University. I'm Russ Mitchell. Also tonight, astronauts repairing the Hubble telescope overpower a stubborn screw the old-fashioned way by brute force. A wake-up call for college campuses. As many as 1 student in 10 may be abusing prescription drugs in an effort to get an academic edge. And the Penny Project. School kids learning an invaluable lesson about community spirit and self-help.
This is the CBS Evening News with Russ Mitchell.
And good evening. It was an afternoon of applause and protest for President Obama during his commencement address at Notre Dame University. The controversial invitation to the president from the Catholic institution was the center of a battle on campus for weeks. Tonight, the festivities are over, but the debate goes on. Chief White House correspondent Chip Reed has the latest.
At the entrance to Notre Dame University today, hundreds of anti-abortion protesters denounced the school for inviting President Obama, an abortion rights supporter, to speak at commencement at the nation's best-known Catholic university.
Somebody that is so against our values is getting an honorary degree, and I just think it's disgusting.
Inside the ceremony, though, peace reigned as the president was enthusiastically welcomed. A few non-student protesters were drowned out by students chanting, "We are Notre Dame." And University President John Jenkins strongly defended his decision to invite the president.
President Obama is not someone who stops talking to those who differ with him.
Indeed, Mr. Obama wasted little time addressing their differences, urging all sides of the abortion debate to open their hearts and minds and seek middle ground.
Maybe we won't agree on abortion, but we can still agree that this heart-wrenching decision for any woman is not made casually. It has both moral and spiritual dimensions. So let us work together to reduce the number of women seeking abortions. Let's reduce unintended pregnancies.
Some students did object to Mr. Obama's presence here.
We're a Catholic university, and he's just not very compatible with what we stand for.
But nationally, 50% of Catholics say it was right for Notre Dame to invite the president. Only 28% say it was wrong. The president conceded, though, that the views of the two opposing abortion camps are at some level irreconcilable.
Each side will continue to make its case to the public with passion and conviction. But surely we can do so without reducing those with differing views to caricature.
Now, the vast majority of protesters here were not students, they were outsiders, anti-abortion activists. Some of them say the reason they came here to Notre Dame was to try to use the president's visit to reinvigorate the anti-abortion movement. Russ?
Chip, we know prior to today's event, a number of students were planning on protesting and, in fact, boycotting the graduation. Did that, in fact, happen?
It did in a very small way, Russ. There were a number of people who protested, for example, with anti-abortion symbols on top of their mortarboards, but there were also about 25 students who actually boycotted the graduation and attended a prayer service instead. Russ?
Chip Reed at Notre Dame University. Thank you very much. Also on the president's plate these days, picking a replacement for Justice David Souter on the U.S. Supreme Court. Kimberly Dozier now, and how the debate over abortion and other issues may come into play.
Abortion has been the absolute red line for conservatives judging who will next sit on the Supreme Court. Now they're adding gay marriage as their other make-or-break issue.
Now you have the courts interjecting themselves in marriage, and any nominee who has a record on this issue is going to be closely scrutinized.
Conservatives know they're unlikely to be able to block an Obama candidate's confirmation in the Senate, and they expect his nominee will support abortion rights.
Now, gay marriage and whether the courts will decide on that issue rather than legislatures or popular vote has become the focal point. He is not going to nominate somebody who would reverse Roe v. Wade.
Among the frontrunners reportedly under consideration, Kathleen Sullivan and Pamela Karlan, who've both supported expanded gay rights.
Is it your will to wed this man?
5 states have already legalized same-sex marriage. There are no cases before the Supreme Court yet. The president said he personally opposes same-sex marriage, but believes committed same-sex couples should receive equal rights under the law on a state-by-state basis. That reasoning will surely factor into the White House pick for the Supreme Court.
We know it will be someone of the political left, but a number of leftish judges have been able to put aside their personal views and call it like they see it.
Conservatives know they don't get to choose, but they're hoping to raise enough red flags to take the candidates they most fear completely out of the debate. Kimberly Dozier, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
For more perspective on the president's speech at Notre Dame and his upcoming Supreme Court choice, we are joined by senior political correspondent Jeff Greenfield. Jeff, good evening to you.
Good evening.
If abortion, in fact, is going to be a key issue in the upcoming Supreme Court appointment, what did the president say today that tells you about his mindset on this?
It's pretty much what he said all through the campaign, that he respects social conservatives, he respects the other side. It's a serious moral issue. He doesn't dismiss opponents of abortion as right-wing ideologues. It's the same kind of outreach he did when he invited Pastor Rick Warren to the inaugural, when he met with prominent conservative writers. But it's important to note that while Obama is rhetorically accommodating, on policy matters, he is very staunchly pro-choice, going all the way back to his days in the state Senate. One other thing about this issue, unlike Mario Cuomo, who spoke at Notre Dame 25 years ago, Obama did not face the question of how a Catholic can be pro-choice, something the church has been very tough about with folks like Joe Biden and Geraldine Ferraro. So we didn't get really a detailed analysis of abortion, just his kind of outreach to the other side.
I see Kimberly Dozier kind of gave us a list of a couple of possible Supreme Court nominees. Any other hints as to what's going on these days?
Yeah, I remember that, as we heard, conservatives are preparing to use the Supreme Court nomination to rally their base. They have kind of a Groucho Marx view. Whoever it is, we're against it, if you know that old song. And liberals, by the way, were the same. When the first Bush nominated David Souter, one prominent feminist said he would end freedom for women. So what I think Obama's looking to do is keep the temperature down. And the only hint that you can get based on this speech and his other statements is he's not looking for a red flag appointment, the way that, say, Robert Bork was to liberals. On the other hand, he said flatly he's going to appoint somebody who will uphold Roe v. Wade.
And it is likely this will not be this president's only appointment to the Supreme Court.
That's right. So he doesn't have to offend people by picking, like, the only one. He's got time for a couple more if history tells us anything else.
Okay, Jeff Greenfield, as always, thanks a lot. From politics to outer space now. It is a very busy day for the astronauts on board the shuttle Atlantis. Fancy tools gave way to good old-fashioned muscle as spacewalkers set out to, as NASA put it, yank out screws from the damaged Hubble telescope. Our science and technology correspondent Daniel Seberg has the latest.
Over here is where it's tricky.
Spacewalks are like surgery. Every move.
And Mike has it, and his tether is on it.
Every turn of a screw.
Counterclockwise 2, we can go for 7 turns now.
Carefully scripted. But sometimes NASA's high-tech scalpels just aren't enough.
I don't think it's coming out.
3 of 4 screws holding a Hubble handrail in place came out fine. The 4th was stripped. The handrail blocked access to the real trouble spot, a failed power supply and circuit boards. Plan B, brute force. Astronaut Mike Massimino would basically rip the handrail off, all while minimizing any debris that could get inside the telescope.
Make sure that this is something you want to press forward with. I want to try.
Engineers tested the procedure on Earth before giving Massimino the green light.
Easy, Mike. It's real easy, okay? There we go. I got it. Nice work, man.
Then it was on to the real task.
The game of operation again.
Removing 107 tiny screws from a cover plate to repair Hubble's spectrograph that broke down in 2004. But it was never designed to be repaired.
We're doing microsurgery like we've never done before.
This reminds me of that game Operation.
It's very similar.
To prevent the tiny screws from getting inside the telescope or floating into space, aerospace company ATK created a cover plate to catch them.
How essential was this for the mission to go ahead?
This is a critical component. We could not perform the repair of the spectrograph without these tools. It just wouldn't be possible.
Although it ran well over time, today's spacewalk was a success.
This has come back with a good aliveness test.
Now, despite this so far successful mission, President Obama has ordered a major budget review of NASA's next generation spacecraft. Tomorrow, the president meets with former shuttle astronaut Charlie Bolden, who many expect to become the first African-American to lead the agency. And incidentally, Russ, he was aboard the shuttle flight that launched Hubble back in 1990.
I see. What a fascinating mission.
Absolutely.
Daniel Seberg, thank you so much. There is word this evening of an apparent end to the quarter-century-long civil war on the island nation of Sri Lanka. The rebel Tamil Tigers admitted defeat today in their long battle to establish a separate homeland for the country's Tamil minority. The war has claimed at least 70,000 lives. Still ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, school kids learning to count their pennies, thousands and thousands of them. And when we come back, executive jet owners under a cloud.
Starting now, you will never look at World War II the same way again. Starting now, it's not just history, it's real. With eyewitness footage like nothing you've seen before. Electrifying, brutal, and explosive. It's The World at War, Turning Points, the most powerful World War II documentary ever made. Preserved forever in the diamond-sharp clarity of DVD. More than 30 years ago, a team of filmmakers set out to create the ultimate visual history of the war, searching archives around the world. This is what they found. Footage once considered so shocking, it couldn't be seen at all. This is the mother of all World War II documentaries. If you care about the war, this is one collection you must own. Get The World at War Turning Points on 3 DVDs for just $59.99. But wait, call with your credit card and you'll get an extra $20 off. That's more than 10 hours of explosive eyewitness footage for just $39.99. And that's not all. You'll also get a bonus DVD, Hitler's Germany, packed with bone-chilling eyewitness footage of the Nazis' bloody rise and fall. Yours to keep free when you call right now. Plus, do it in the next 10 minutes and get free shipping and handling. That's an additional savings of nearly $7. You'll be there for every major turning point of the war, from North Africa and Stalingrad to D-Day, Iwo Jima, and the final battle for Japan. The New York Times called The World at War superb. The LA Times said these episodes will send chills racing up the spine. Call now to get The World at War Turning Points, plus Hitler's Germany as a free bonus. 4 DVDs for just $39.99. Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll ship it for free. Think you've seen World War II before? You haven't seen anything until you've seen this. Call now to order.
Call 1-800-837-9048 to order World at War on 4 DVDs for $39.99 and receive free shipping and handling when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card. Call now or order online at timelife.com/World at War.
Love to shop for shoes, but there's no place to store them? You're always running out of room to store more. Introducing Shoes Under, the easy solution to organize and protect your shoes. The clear zipper cover locks out dust and moisture. Now you just slide and store. It's that easy. With 2 handles, you can easily store your shoes here, under there, almost everywhere, and turn an empty space into a super storage place. Other shoe organizers can cost a fortune, but through this exclusive television offer, you can get the 12-compartment Shoes Under for only $19.99. Call now and we'll cut that price in half. That's right, for only $10. And as a bonus, we'll double the offer and give you a second Shoes Under that's enough space for 48 shoes. Just pay separate shipping and handling. Call now and get 2 Shoes Under for only $10.
Call 1-800-725-4012. You'll get a second one free, so call 1-800-725-4012. That's 1-800-725-4012. Call now.
With Memorial Day and the start of the driving season almost upon us, gas prices are shooting up again. The national average price has hit $2.31 a gallon. That's up a dime in only a week, more than a quarter in a month. Private jets flown by CEOs have become symbols of excess. But for many, these small planes are vital to their businesses and their rural communities. Here's Mark Schrossman.
These days, for business executives taking the company plane, the steep cost is public scorn.
It's almost like seeing a guy show up at the soup kitchen in high hat and tuxedo.
The wind shifted last November. The CEOs of Detroit's Big Three flew hat in hand to Washington on fancy company jets. Many Americans saw a new symbol of greed and arrogance.
This time, CEOs won't be able to use taxpayer money to pad their paychecks or buy fancy drapes or disappear on a private jet. Those days are over.
Orders for new planes nosedived and big manufacturers slashed jobs. Cessna cut 40% of its workforce, 7,400 jobs. Hawker Beechcraft cut 2,800, Gulfstream 1,200. Citigroup canceled its new $50 million jet. Other companies sold their fleets. But Wes Stowers is no fat cat. And this King Air 350, his company plane, is no ego trip. He also owns a private jet.
It's comfortable and functional, but it's not exactly luxurious.
In Knoxville, this Caterpillar dealership has been his family's business for almost 50 years. On his company plane, Stowers flies customers to Caterpillar factories in remote places commercial carriers don't fly. In fact, only 500 American cities are served by the major airlines. Private planes fly to 5,000 smaller airports across the country. So the mayors of 70 small and medium-sized cities have written to President Obama urging him to help change toxic perceptions about this crucial lifeline to rural America. They urged the president to save the industry's 1.2 million jobs and the $150 billion impact per year. Fat cat CEOs are the stereotype, but 85% of people flying on private planes for business work for small or mid-sized companies.
If this thing wasn't justifying itself, just as like a fun perk, you'd get rid of it.
We would get rid of it.
But the ridicule goes on, so this industry has a bumpy forecast. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Knoxville, Tennessee.
A 3-year-old California boy has been reunited with his family after he was found wandering the streets of Mexicali, Mexico. Police say 2 gunmen abducted Bryant Rodriguez from his home in San Bernardino, California 2 weeks ago, but never demanded a ransom. Police are now searching for the 2 suspects. Just ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, college students gambling with their health by abusing prescription drugs.
Everyone loves the taste of a delicious homegrown garden tomato, but planting a garden and trying to take care of it is backbreaking work. And after all that, your tomatoes can still end up on the ground and spoiled. But now there's an easy way to grow delicious homegrown tomatoes without all that work. Introducing the revolutionary Topsy-Turvy. It grows your tomato plants upside down, so there's no digging, weeding, or bending over. Just place your tomato plant into the planter, add potting soil, then hang in water. That's it. The sun warms the planter like a greenhouse, so the root system explodes inside. And because it's upside down, the water and nutrients pour directly from the roots to the fruit, giving you up to 30 pounds of ripe, delicious tomatoes per plant. And they're ready to enjoy up to 4 weeks earlier than when you plant them in the ground. Now you can enjoy delicious homegrown tomatoes in sandwiches, salads, and sauces all season long. Make the best salsa or bruschetta you've ever tasted. Plus, the Topsy-Turvy also grows mouth-watering cukes, peppers, zucchini, and herbs. It hangs conveniently on any size porch, deck, patio, condo, or apartment balcony. Your family will be amazed, and your friends will wonder how your tomatoes grew so big. And all you did was plant, hang, and water. So why do all that digging, weeding, and backbreaking work when now you can enjoy delicious homegrown tomatoes without the work with the Topsy-Turvy Tomato Planter for only $19.99. You'll also receive our 4 Seasons recipe guide packed with delicious ways to prepare and enjoy all your garden tomatoes. Call now and you'll also get our handy kitchen slicer for perfectly even slices every time. But call right now and we'll double the offer. Just pay processing and handling. That's right. You get 2 Topsy-Turvy planters, 2 recipe guides, and 2 slicers, all for only $19.99. But you have to call now.
To order for $19.99 plus $15.90 shipping and handling, you can call 1-800-732-9446. That's 1-800-732-9446. Must be 18 or older to order. You can call 1-800-732-9446.
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours? 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice? 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
From behind her desk and her sunglasses, Anna Wintour makes the world of fashion move.
This week is your deadline.
Behind the scenes at Vogue, tonight on 60 Minutes.
Safe havens for kids, giving families in financial crisis a fighting chance. Katie Couric reports on Children of the Recession, Monday on the CBS Evening News.
On college and high school campuses around the country, the month of May means term papers and final exams. And in too many cases, it also means students turning to prescription stimulants for help, whether it's their own prescription or not. Here's CBS News medical correspondent Dr. John LaPook.
Alex has been taking medication for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, since he was 13.
Concerta, Adderall, Ritalin, Dexedrine.
Alex's friends have been bugging him for his pills, which are stimulants, since high school.
Certain seniors would want the medication to help them study the night before a final.
Helping them stay up all night if necessary. And since Alex has been in college, the demand has grown from fellow students without a diagnosis of ADHD.
And you have someone offering you $45 for something that you just have lying around your room.
Alex says he never sold his pills, but studies suggest such non-medical use of ADHD drugs is on the rise, with students typically getting them from peers, like this student we'll call Dave. We agreed to disguise his face and voice. Dave is diagnosed with ADHD, but often doesn't take his pills.
Along the line, did friends of yours start asking you, hey, can I have some of those?
A lot of my friends did. I sold these drugs. I'm not really planning on making any money. Just started doing it sort of a side favor. It's more of a hassle than anything sort of rewarding.
The exact extent of misuse of ADHD medication is unclear, but a recent Duke University survey put that number at nearly 1 in 10 college students. More than 70% believe the pills help them.
I've been using Adderall, I guess, probably my entire college career.
Do you have a diagnosis of ADD or ADHD? No. A college junior we'll call Mary, we agreed to disguise her face and voice, regularly uses Adderall, paying $5 or $10 a pill.
I've snorted it and stuff like that to stay awake. I guess it's better than using cocaine or anything like that. I guess in my point of view, it's cheaper too.
It's like drinking a cup of coffee, but a really good cup of coffee.
A college senior we'll call Jeff, we also agreed to protect his identity, has taken Adderall several times, obtained from a friend with a prescription.
I had after effects. My chest would hurt after a while, my head would hurt. I'd get hungover from it.
Doctors warn the side effects could be worse. Appetite loss, mood disorders, and even life-threatening problems like heart attack or stroke.
These drugs are stimulants, and so they increase heart rate, they increase blood pressure. Somebody who takes one of these medications not prescribed, who hasn't been checked out by their physician, the possibility is there for some very significant cardiovascular event.
Taking any medication involves weighing the risks and the benefits. ADHD medication does seem to help the academic performance and the behavior of kids who have ADHD. But people without the diagnosis who take the drugs on their own are gambling with their own health. Dr. John LaPook, CBS News, New York.
Coming up on tonight's CBS Evening News, young students helping themselves and their school, 1 penny at a time.
Do you have enough room in your closet? Crowded closets mean wrinkled clothes. Introducing Wonder Hanger, the perfect space-saving solution designed to instantly triple your closet space. Place up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 garments in the open slots. Lift and release jackets, shirts, pants. No more crowded mess. Wonder Hanger is guaranteed to triple your closet space for neat, wrinkle-free, perfectly organized clothes. Go from this to this. Purses are a pain to store, but Wonder Hanger neatly organizes all your purses. These old-fashioned rings get stuck, but Wonder Hanger's patent-pending open-mouth design lets you easily add or remove your clothes. It fits wood, metal, or plastic hangers. Wonder Hanger can support a 20-pound weight. It's strong enough for 5 heavy winter coats. It's the ultimate space saver for any size closet. Great for dorms, apartments, or downsizing. Now get 5 Wonder Hangers, enough for 25 garments. Through the special TV offer, you'll get 2 amazing Bend-A-Hangers. Watch, bend them up so silky tops won't slip. Bend them down to eliminate shoulder bumps. Silky, delicate slip to the floor. But Bend-A-Hangers lock clothes in place. Ideal for kids' clothing. The airflow foam dries clothes faster. There's more. You'll also get the all-new stick-up light with 5 LED ultra-bright lights for instant closet lighting. Absolutely free. You get it all, just $9.99. We're not through yet. Call now and we'll double your order. And we'll send you a second set absolutely free. Just pay separate processing and handling. That's a total of 10 Wonder Hangers, enough for 50 garments, 4 Bend-A-Hangers, and 2 stick-up lights. A $50 value, just $9.99. Save space and organize your entire closet. it with Wonder Hangers.
You can call 1-800-979-0354. Wonder Hangers is $9.99 plus $15.90 processing and handling. You must be 18 years or older to order.
My name is Japal. 2 years ago, I received a kidney transplant. When I was 21 years old, I started dialysis. And for 7.5 years, I was a patient receiving treatments 3 times a week for 4 hours each session. And man, it was hard. After receiving my kidney transplant, I was able to find and marry the love of my life. My kidney transplant gave me my life back.
You have the power to donate life. Be an organ, eye, and tissue donor. To find out how, go today to donatelife.net.
How do you tell a 5-year-old they can't go to school, see a doctor, live their dreams? The youngest victims of America's financial crisis. Now a search for answers, solutions, and hope. CBS reports on the new reality impacting the very future of our nation. Children of the Recession, all this week on the networks of CBS News.
Schools everywhere have been forced to cut back in these tough times. Some kids in New York are trying to make up the difference. They're starting small, but thinking big, as we hear from Randall Pinkston.
What's a penny worth? At the children's storefront school in Harlem, a lot more than meets the eye.
We're going to have 1 billion pennies in Harlem, okay?
Whoa! Harlem! Computer teacher Steve Bergen launched the Penny Project.
We started hearing Obama kick around the word trillion and billion
to help students grasp huge numbers. Are you really learning math from this?
Yes.
Yeah? And the kids seem to teach Bergen a thing or two. They calculated that while 1 million pennies would fit in a classroom, 1 billion pennies would take up the entire street. So the first goal is 1 million pennies, or $10,000. The children's storefront is a private school that doesn't charge tuition. It depends on donations to meet its annual budget of $4 million. So the Penny Project, which began as a math lesson, quickly became a fundraising tool.
$10,000 would be significant to us. It would help pay for part of somebody's salary. It would help us with our general operating.
85% of our kids come from below the poverty line. By getting them to connect the pennies with Obama's stimulus package, we are creating, in effect, a stimulus package here in Harlem.
In order to reach their goal of 1 million pennies, Bergen reached out to 40 other schools.
How many do you have?
425.
This one in Rhode Island.
Thank you so much.
This one in Germany. Where do you find your pennies?
We don't have American pennies, but of course we have a European 1-cent piece.
So far, they've raised 55,000 pennies. Not a lot of money, but Bergen says that's not the point.
The whole penny metaphor is a metaphor for little things add up.
A valuable lesson for all children everywhere. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, New York.
And that is the CBS Evening News. Later on CBS, 60 Minutes, and Katie Couric's trip to Afghanistan with Defense Secretary Robert Gates. Thanks for joining us this Sunday evening. I'm Russ Mitchell, CBS News in New York. Katie will be here tomorrow night to begin a week-long look at Children of the Recession. And the series will also appear tomorrow on The Early Show. I'll see you then as well. Good night.
From behind her desk and her sunglasses, Anna Wintour makes the world of fashion move.
This week is your deadline.
Behind the scenes at Vogue, tonight on 60 Minutes.
CBS News is very good news.
Make the smart choice for Mercedes-Benz. Valley Motor Company of Salem. World-class cars, sold by the award-winning Mercedes Dealer of Distinction. Your best bet for Mercedes-Benz? Valley Motor Company of Salem.
There are sales, and then there's Sleep Country's Super Sale, but it ends soon. Save up to $500 on a great selection of firm, plush, and pillow top sets from Simmons Beauty Rest and Sealy Posturepedic. Save up to $300 on fashion beds, futons, and convertible sofas. Get 24 months free financing plus a free bed frame with Tempur-Pedic or the Sleep Number bed. Sleep Country's Super Sale ends soon. Hurry before it all disappears.
Building a deck?
from durable hardwoods to low-maintenance composites.